Hello everybody and welcome back to Dishonored Definitive Edition. It's been a while since we have been here in Karnaka. I'm sorry, Karnaka? That's the second game. Dunwall! Jesus H. Hate me, dislike the video. Please don't. Dislike the... Here we are. Man, it has actually been a while. We are still in the Distillery District. Mission 1. Probably thinking, man, this is going to be the longest playthrough ever. It probably is, actually. You know, we finished up the main story of The Evil Within. I did a little bit of Halo, and I did a little bit of VR. And here I am. Back to where I wanted to be. So, yeah, here we are, in the rain. Basically, the last time we played, we went up into the doctor's apartment like building here that he owns and stole the rat viscera. We went over to the Distillery District. We got all that done, but now it's time to go down here. Now this guy down here, let's see here. I have no sleep darts, unfortunately. And we still have a rune to get over there. But yeah. Good night, sir. We're just gonna stick him right there. And we're going to go up here.
Cold as a whaler's gaff hand. 50 years old at least. This guy's nice.
Three guys.
I can't even remember. We tagged it plain. Under Clavering Street is ours. Come on. What's the take?
20 plus 2 elixir.
Looked like 25 to me.
Look here. It's 20. It's 5 each, counting Boo.
You want me to check your pockets?
Let it go, kid.
Don't call me kid. You think you can cheat me?
Uh-oh.
Somebody, get over here.
Yeah, we're just gonna let them kill each other.
Go down, you king. Huh? That's the end of you.
Oh, sorry. Woo! I fucked that up. Go ahead and cancel that blink. Then we'll go over here.
I know you're here. Where'd you run off to? Where are you? I give up. You got him. Where'd you...
You two are done. Don't want to waste any time dealing with these kinds of assholes. Just time to get the bodies, put them here, and go. Okay, so this guy had some money on him, a little bit. Can actually use one of those. All right. I'm sorry, what? Confiscated rune. Corporal Meadows. We found the strange rune on the woman who used to sell pastries up the street. Not sure how she died. Since the thing looks superstitious, we set it aside for the overseers. After your shift is over, take it to them for disposal or whatever they do with them. Don't forget. Oh my god.
Huh? Maybe wind or something.
Just don't even move. Alright. There's a few guys down there. There's nobody else over there. We have the rune. How many runes do we have now? I can up my vitality. I have one, so I think we'll just save it for now. Out in the middle of the street, in the middle of the day, where nobody sees nothing. Nope, I want him down here. And rats die, because I don't want any rats to kill any of them. Now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get up here. There's one guy there on the other side of the wall. And there's another guy there on our side. But there should be... like that. What is this guy, an idiot? Okay, well. Go ahead and get up here. Now, trying to get these guys would just be stupid, so I don't want to have to really disturb what I don't have to, so we're going to just go ahead and we're going to leave. Ow.
They are burning whales.
Oh boy. Actually wanted this. I will, however, rewire that thing. So that's deactivated. I don't have to deal with it. Okay. To Holger Square. So now we're getting into like the second part of this city. This is where we're going to have to get rid of Campbell. But first, we need to save Martin.
Hello. I hear the second day is when the skin really starts to come all the way off. Is that true? Or is it the itching that really gets you? Or the rats?
Jasper, isn't it?
Goodbye, Jasper.
It's me.
I'm aware of who you are.
What a sight you are in that mask. I know who you are and what you're here to do. And I can help. Unlock me and I'll buy you a drink in a couple of days. By the void, I'll buy you 100 drinks.
There you are.
Feels good to stand up straight. Thank you, Corvo.
You're welcome.
What you're here to do tonight is of the highest importance. We've got to find Emily. So kill Campbell and make it quick. Once it's done, search his body for the journal. His notorious black book. And get out of there.
Yes,
Campbell's
sir.
meeting with a guard named Kernow. And word from my informant is that Campbell is going to poison him. Maybe you can use that to your advantage. Alright, I won't be of any help here, so I'll make my own way back to the Hound Pits pub. If I see Samuel the boatman, I'll tell him to pick you up in the backyard, behind the office of the High Overseer.
Indeed.
May all the spirits guide you, and may our enemy's head hit the floor without you taking a scratch.
Thanks. Okay, so now best bet is to we're gonna have to climb up here.
It sounds painful.
Have you ever seen the ritual?
I've never seen the Heretic's brand used. No, it's a rare occurrence. But I did spy the face of one so branded. A former member of our order, of course. Out on a retreat, we passed through a fishing town and saw him bathe.
What were his crimes?
Who can say?
The brand is reserved
For an overseer. Or even the High Overseer himself, who violates our code.
Won't be catching this rat. Someone get over here. Flank him.
Sorry. Whoop.
How did we lose him? When I find you, it's going to be bad.
I had the feeling they were gonna see me.
Oh, I'll find you.
Where are you? We know you're here. I know you're here. I know you're here. Okay, he got away.
Sometimes you just don't feel like fucking around too much. Bolts. Good night, sir. The rewire tool, and of course a remedy that we could use. So now, branding instructions are over there. The meeting chamber is there. The best thing to do is to go down through the sewers and into this place. It's the easiest way to break in. More bolts. Now this leads to a couple of places. The first is to the kennels, which we're going to go into now. Now, this place has dogs. Plenty of dogs.
Do not let your keen eyes wander to me. There's word of bad men about. Here's a good boy. Good boy, Justice.
There's also a lot of things down here that we need to collect. We're gonna knock him out, though. Put him over here. Do not use this lever. It is of utmost importance that you do not open this cage without my approval. Voracious is ill and quite temperamental. Should his cage be opened, he might attack and endanger anyone patrolling the kennel. Speaking of which, the kennel release lever going into F. Good night, sir. Alright. Now this place is just a matter of looting. This will lead to the meeting chamber in the main hall. So we'll be able to get to there. Another note, loot cache. Oliver, I've taken the loot we've gathered and stashed it in the incinerator room. It's under the dead hound, so nobody will dig around to find it. Look to your strictures to figure out the door code. Lying tongue, wandering gaze, errant mind. I trust you're devout and clever enough to figure it out. Oh, and be mindful of rats. More and more have been gathering since old Finn keeps forgetting to burn the hound corpses. Burke. Lying tongue, wandering gaze, errant mind. Whelping and training hounds. From each litter, there's usually somewhere shy of 4 good pups, and we always drown the runt. I think I've actually read this one. No, I don't think we have. Them that remain spend 3 or 4 months suckling from their mothers before we start them up with the training. It's simple at first, returning sticks and sitting still on command, only pissing outside and the like. But by the 8th month, we got them hunting for scented sack dolls hidden in scrub forests, killing wild pigs on command, and taking a man in padded armor down by hanging onto his forearm. At the end of the first year, we graduate the ones that have learned and shoot the ones that haven't. The overseers take them after that, and we never see them again. Except once. Walking down Clavering Boulevard, an overseer passed me, preaching about the litany on the White Cliff and the evils of witchery, and sure enough, his hound started whimpering and wagging its tail. That's how I knew it was one of mine, whelped up from a pup. Some hemlock essence there. This one's all blocked up, so we're just going to go ahead and go in here. Some pouch, some bullets. Yeah, you can't get me. It doesn't matter. So basically, to get in here, we need to use the combination by using the strictures. So if we go over to our notes, and we go over to our books, this should have... I swear there's got to be... Do I not have the 7 strictures book? Really? I would have thought I would have had this. Well, guess maybe not. Alright, so. Sick hound. Voracious has fallen ill. I've gone to fetch some medicine for the hound, but in the meantime do not open his cage. He is prone to fits of violence and would endanger the other overseers in the building. So now that we've done this, we're going to go ahead and leave. If I find that 7 strictures book, I'll come back. Okay, so. You see here, this leads outside. Where all these guys are. Now this down here is a little secret,
This is falling.
little secret underground area.
I've told you 100 times.
Good night, sir. We got some money down here. Never miss the chance to get money. Ever. So this is the main entrance. And basically there's a bunch of dudes here. Oh. Excuse me.
My younger sister lives with my wife. Not cook or clean. She thinks on curious subjects, machinery, numerical calculations. And only yesterday she spoke of a wish to read a book. What shall I do? This is very troubling. For such a young lady,
There's a book there. I'll take that. See, so basically, like, this is like all the ashes of different overseers. So it's like, his mind was sharp light piercing the gloom. First discovered the disordant scale, a champion against the forces of corruption. Died testing a harness designed to protect its wearer from high falls. Scott Grafton. First overseer to forge into Pandysia, to purge darkness wherever it might be found. Died of plague. Cremated with Holgar's opal to honor his battle with the plague. Gwyn Horncroft. First woman inducted. Founded the Oracular Order. Succumbed to madness. Ryan Matson. Initiated the Trials of Aptitude. Defenestrated during the night of flung shutters. Tynan Wallace. Led the first of the great trials, tortured and burned over 1,000 heretics. Died in bed of old age. Oracle Dahlia Somanos. First woman of southern blood to join the order. Opened relations with Serkonos and founded an oracular chapel there. Assassinated by agents of the Outsider. On the other side, we have John Breton, aided in hiding the Book of Strictures from being burned by enemy fires. Run through with a spear during the siege of Whitecliff. There's his ashes, because that one broke. Francis Perry, first overseer to personally encounter in combat an incarnation of the Outsider. Went missing during the Fugue Feast. His body was never found. Abram Templeton, wrote the opening of the Litany of the White Cliff, taken by consumptive illness. Falk Barrow, contributed several chapters to the Sayings of the Overseers, introduced the Rite of the Watchful Eye, fell down a flight of stairs. John Clavering, instrumental in the construction of the Abbey. His deft hands illuminated early copies of the Seven Strictures, consumed by fever in his bed. Benjamin Holger, founder of the Order, wrote Reform and Tradition, knife driven through his eye during the Siege of Whitecliff. That's why Holger Square is named after him. Clavering Boulevard, of course. So there's one up there, and the other one is down in that little basement area. This is the backyard.
The great man conversed with the outsider in dreams. So it is true, he may walk there. But as to raising the hand, it is not always wrong to do so. I myself have been by many a chastisement in my youth. Many indeed, and not lacking in enthusiasm. Huh?
Oh shit. That guy goes there. You, sir, can go there. All those guys like ran off. Here we go, the Seven Strictures. Excerpt from a commonly distributed overview of the Seven Strictures. Surrounded your innermost being with these strictures and you will be safe. The Seven Strictures are core principles, taught and reinforced by overseers across the Isles. From these principles stem all manner of rules, social codes, and beliefs about the cosmos. Number 1, wandering gaze. Number 2, lying tongue. Number 3, restless hands. Number 4, roving feet. Number 5, rampant hunger. Number 6, wanton flesh. Number 7, errant mind. All these behaviors must be restricted in order to keep one's heart free from malevolent influences. They are the inroads of the outsider. Right, well, those guys ran off, basically, so I'm free to, come back over here. We're going to go back into the kennels so that we can get whatever is hidden under the dead dogs' bodies. So, as the note said, tongue, gaze, and then mind. So that would be 2, 1, 7. 2, 1, Here we go. Kill the rats. Rewire tool, a pouch. Some sleep darts, which is going to be nice. Anything else? Is that it? All right. Well then. Let's get out of here. Back to the office of the High Overseer. Alright, so there is going to be this other guy over here. Thank you, sir. You shall be laid here. There you go. Alright, so now that we've done that, there is all the 7 strictures, which is right here. So the first one is Wandering Gaze. Restrict a wandering gaze that looks hither and yonder for some flashing thing that easily catches a man's fancy in one moment, but brings calamity in the next. For the eyes are never tired of seeing, nor are they quick to spot illusion. A man whose gaze is corrupted is like a warped mirror that has traded beauty for ugliness and ugliness for beauty. Instead, fix your eyes so that what is edifying and to what is pure, and then you will be able to recognize the monuments of the outsider. Lying tongue. Restrict the lying tongue that it is like a spark in a man's mouth. It is such a little thing, yet from one spark an entire city may burn to the ground. Restless hands. Restrict restless hands, which quickly become the workmates of the outsider. Unfettered by honest labor, they rush to sordid gain, vain pursuits, and deeds of violence. Of what value are these hands that steal and kill and destroy? Instead, put your hands to the plow, the fork, and the spade. For even the lowest labor that is rigorous squeezes the muscles as a sponge, rinsing impurities from the mind and body. Roving feet. Restrict roving feet that love to trespass. They pay no heed to the boundary stones of other men's fields. They wander into foreign lands only to return with their souls blackened by iniquity. Where have you strayed that destruction now comes behind you? Would you walk across burning coals or broken glass? Then why do you prowl into the homes of honest men or into the dens of hidden things? For the result is the same. You will fall into the void. Instead, rest your feet on a firm foundation so that when the winds of the outsiders shriek against you, you will stand firm and not be overthrown. Rampant hunger. Restrict rampant hunger or the intemperate and rise up among you like a virulent swarm, devouring everything wherever they go, even filth. For what goes into a man poisons him, and if a man eats filth, then filth is what he will vomit up. And for a morsel of meat a glutton will sell his birthright, his family, and his friends. Wanton flesh. Restrict the desires of the wanton flesh. Truly there is no quicker means by which a man's entire life can be upheaved and sifted than by the depredations of an uncontrolled desire. What avail is the concourse of a prostitute, the attention of a loose woman? Nothing. And what of the fruit of such unions? Only sorrow is born and misery is multiplied. And the errant mind. Restrict an errant mind before it becomes fractious and divided. Can 2 enemies occupy the same body? No, for the first will direct it one way and the second another until they stumble into a ditch and break their neck. Likewise, 2 contrary thoughts cannot long abide in a man's mind, or he will become a weak-willed and subject to any heresy. And in this box, I'll take all your money. Thank you. So down here, underneath here anyway, is the overseer's little like room. It's inside here. Just go down. This leads to the kennels, but over here, Olger's eye. Push that in. Secret chamber. The Fugue Feast. Excerpt from a book on the celebrations and holidays. At the end, after the last day of the month of songs, we begin the Fugue Feast. The new year has not started, and thus the time that follows is outside the calendar. A period of celebration and feasting begins, during which the people abandon the very practices that keep them whole and healthy over the years. Many leave their homes euphoric with spirits and potent herbs. Some paint their faces or wear masks to conceal themselves as they pursue their passions without reservation. When the right cosmological signs are observed and it is time for the calendar to begin anew, the sitting high overseer calls for the hymn of atonement, and the Fugue Feast ends. Families return to their homes, wives to their husbands, enemies put down their weapons, and fires are extinguished. No complaint is given for those who have wronged others, deviated from ancient codes, or discarded oaths. For this time during the astrological alignment does not exist and is not recorded. The following day starts the new year, marked on the first day of the month of Earth, as it has always been. Basically, it's like the Purge. Turn that music off. And we shall steal Campbell's rune. Litany on the White Cliff. Which we read. He has some money down here. Obviously, he's bringing prostitutes down here. Campbell doesn't follow the strictures, does he? That sleep dart. My girls. Campbell, I'm not sure how my predecessor operated, but from now on, if one of my girls tries to blackmail you, you send her back to me at the Golden Cat instead of concocting some plan on your own. I've had to replace 3 girls in as many months, and you can imagine the business of carnal pleasure isn't booming in this plague-stricken hole you call a city. Madam Prudence. And we shall take the isometry of High Overseer Thaddeus Campbell painting, as well as listen to this autograph.
Curse those fools at Coleridge for letting Corvo get away. Who knows what the man could do now? Hiram, or Lord Regent, as he asks us to call him now, seems to have faith in all the Sokolov security devices he's put up all over the city, but I'm not so sure. At least the girl has been moved to a safe place. Visiting her twice a week has given me ample opportunity to inspect the facilities, as they say. So there's an upside, at least.
So she's not here. Alright. So now... Excuse me, sir. Just gonna take you and, yeah. Put you under the table with your friend there. All right. So the meeting chamber.
I hear the
watch is having trouble holding the side streets.
Bunch of children playing games, that's what it is.
Good, good. And your niece, Callista, isn't it? And very...
So switch the poison to Campbell's side.
She'll be fine.
My men are searching district by district.
The poor girl.
Callista's a resourceful one. Probably found a safe place to hole up in all this chaos.
If my overseers here...
The other rune is there on the wall.
I hope you won't refuse. You'll make this business pass on the quickest.
So now, basically what we've done is poison Campbell.
Servants must have been in here. Let me see. It seems I have the wrong one. Not that one. No. Ah, here we are. Now if you'll join me. Men will come get you when we're finished. Keep each other entertained in the meantime.
I don't understand how this got so unpleasant.
Oh, I agree, I agree. A whore dies and suddenly this. Will you have wine? It's a Tivian red.
Thank you.
Now, to business. What would you say happened last night?
To be honest, I'm not even sure. My men, your overseers, a few whores, maybe a little too much ale. One harmless prank with a runaway chicken, and 10 minutes later, Trevor's Alley is a sea of blood and teeth.
I almost wish I'd been there.
Take it easy there, old son.
I'm all right, Colonel. But down the wrong way. Now about these overseers.
We're just as guilty as my own men, if not more.
But my overseers have a name to protect. I can't allow you to... Oh no. This can't be happening. Who's done this?
What on earth are you talking about?
No time, no time. Listen carefully. You must instruct the Lord Regent to burn the Black Book. Understand? Burn it!
What Black Book? What do you mean?
Tell him. Warn them. And then die.
Sorry, Colonel, but you're not doing anything. You are going to lay right there and think about what you've done. I, however, am going to take that. Goodbye, Campbell. Well, we do need to take his body to a safe location. Resist temptation. Let this serve as a reminder of our cause, a token of the outsider's power bound here before us. Let's not allow it to twist our hearts. Our gaze shall not wander toward it, nor will our hands reach out in restless greed to grasp it. Well, except for me, I'll take it. And that. And that. Now, we're going to take Kurnow to, we're going to take him outside. To a safe location.
Things are bad. Could the city get any worse?
Indeed, I believe so.
Okay, well. I need to take care of these guys first. We'll get him, and we'll put him right down here. Just right there. While I grab this war medal, a pear, and that. There we go. We're gonna have to be quick. There we go. All right, Colonel, let's go. Colonel's in there. Have to get you, of course. Stick you there. Now, we're not exactly done with this place. We need to go...
Quiet night, is it? Not on Bottle Street.
We need to go back in here. There's still more things to collect. This is the meeting chamber. Once again.
Did you get caught in the lockdown last night?
This guy has a key.
Search the place top to bottom, and nothing to eat but the swill we hand out free. Of course we didn't find anything.
Did I ever tell you, one time one of the second floor shutters got stuck open, and I thought I could slip out? I couldn't find a way down, and by the time I got back, it had snapped shut. I spent the rest of lockdown out on a ledge.
Maybe the outsider was watching.
Let's wait and see what these guys do. So this is the interrogation room. Now we could have put Campbell in here, but I decided to do the poisoning just because I thought that would be a little bit cooler. Grab that pouch. Let's head up here. Great Trials. Excerpt from the Overseer's findings by High Overseer Tynan Wallace. Spending over 2 years in the company of heretics, the insane, and those rare black-hearted villains who were truly practitioners of magic, I can say with truth that I have seen such things as to break the minds of most. While the trials and burnings weigh heavily upon my heart, I must chronicle what it has been a unique opportunity to witness the multifacetous perversions that the outsider bestows upon those who seek his black counsel. Many of those we face were accused of bewitching their neighbors or family, controlling them from afar, or even walking around with their skins. I have seen this with my very own eyes as one woman slid into the form of another, prowling unseen until a vigilant overseer struck down both the witch and her host. Others, detailed herein, were found to stand in two places seemingly at once, or to vanish from one place and appear in another. Our work was dire, we knew, for the followers of the outsider can truly inhabit the skin of another, or move from place to place like the wind. Then how can we hope to erect walls to keep him out? It was these trials that first led us to investigate barriers beyond the physical. Some sleep darts. There's the Heretics brand, which we're going to keep. Unbranding Heretics. The Heretics brand is reserved for the overseers who have committed heinous acts against the Order, but have not broken codes that would otherwise result in execution. No contact, aid, or shelter can be given to one bearing the brand. That person is forevermore unwelcome to the Abbey and its affiliates. When used, the brand is applied to the forehead so that all can see the sins of the recipient. The chemical compound acts immediately, scarring the heretic for the remainder of his life. The interrogation room here at the office of the High Overseer stands ready for branding rituals should the need arise. The recipient must be strapped into the interrogation chair and restrained as the brand is applied. The heretic brand itself is to be stored in the same room.
What we have is a man, aged 30 perhaps, slender, unusual tattooing on the face and chest, probably superstitious heresy, wearing some sort of industrial mask when we brought him in, stolen out of one of the whaling factories from the look of it. You're one of Dowd's men, aren't you? Caught at last? Give us a name at least. What's wrong with his eyes? Opium? Laudanum? Are you with us? What's he doing? Some kind of fit? He's gone. Here it is, a pen, hidden in one of his gloves. Subject has administered some kind of poison. The effects seem to have been lethal.
So yeah, we could have used a heretic brand on Campbell. Basically, that was the like what you would call the murderous way to do it. Non-lethal.
Bloody-minded, as they said.
I'm sorry, what? I'll take that map. The movements of Corvo Atano. Known movements. Returned after an official deployment of roughly 2 months. After departure from Bristol, mission includes stops at the major isles at the behest of the Empress Jessamine Caldwin. Arrived billing ill news, immediately apprehended for her murder. Last confirmed sighting, entered sewers under Coleridge prison after escaping execution under unusual circumstances. Testimony from citizenry, Trey Dover, confidence, moderate, unconfirmed. Statement, person matching subject's description seen conversing with unknown woman near front gates of Alchemy of Natural Philosophy. Academy of Natural Philosophy, I wasn't there. Testimony from citizenry, Benjamin Harraby. Confidence low, unconfirmed. Person matching subject's description seen fraternizing with ox herds just outside the city. Yeah, with me. Testimony from citizenry, Charlotte Cadenhead. Low confidence low secondhand. Statement. Overheard conversation implying one of the parties involved had knowledge of subject. Suspected alliances, none known. Recommendations. Search of the estate district based on the subject's prior position of authority and privilege. Yeah, but you're looking in the wrong place, bud. Alright, got some money. Of course, that's what I want. Mostly money. Confiscation log 2749. Accused Archibald Pelling. Recovered effigy of the Lord Regent. Sentenced to 3 years imprisonment at Coldridge. Accused Beatrice Gould. Collection of animal skulls carved with pictographic sigils. Sentence home confiscated. Accused Charles Hanley. Recovered book of rituals. Sentence home and property seized. Banished to the flood district. That's pretty harsh shit. These motherfuckers don't fuck around. The second stricture, which we already know now. We read them all. What's this? Disclosure log 965. Name Dylan Jacobs. Admitted violations, theft of neighbor's food. Recourse half wages to be given to neighbor for a month. Name Millicent Ridgway. Admitted violations, adultery. Recourse 1 year in the service to the order. Name Robert Young. Admitted violations, spying on his neighbor as she bathed. Recourse public humiliation in the stocks for 2 days. Yeah, you can't even spy on a bitch anymore without being fucking... There's the branding heretics again. Can't even spy on people anymore without being thrown in prison. Back the other way. Okay, so... we know that there's people in here.
Hey, shut up.
Hey, shut up. So that's actually the only way in. Actually, no. Later. Oh, look at that. Oh, that looks sexy. He just fucking, like, he hit his head on the... What an idiot. Anyway, let's go that money. Ooh, an Inchmouth cigarette case. Take that. It's worth some cash. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. So now... we've done all that. We can go ahead and come back down the steps. We can head to the backyard. Back here, of course, we still have some treasures to get, but there is more people back here. Really, you know, the thing is when a lot of people like play this, kind of rush through it, and you don't get to really find everything. I'll be taking this gentleman with me. Here we are. go ahead and and we'll get you too. There you go. Can I pick up the dog body too? Yes, I can. Oh dear. Haha. Hi. Later. I'll kill the dogs. I don't give a fuck. There we go. All right. Kill another dog. 'Cause I'm a goddamn savage. You gotta understand, these wolfhounds are like bred to be just vicious. So, the sixth stricture, which we've read. Combination update. I've updated the combination on the bunkhouse safe again. It's 203. As a treasurer, it's up to you to make sure it stays secret this time. Don't leave this letter lying around. They didn't listen. Oh dear. Uh-oh. We're there with your friend. Well. Let's see, let's go this way. Right, little bitch. We have a rune here, but we also have a bone charm there, another bone charm over here. This way basically leads to like an alternate entrance. I need the backyard gate key for. don't think he has it on him. No. Bullets. Alright, into the workshop. Give me the rune. Found all 7 of them. So there's the Overseer's music box. We don't want to use that because it'll fuck up our powers. Overseer Humphrey, I left a copy of the ancient music so you might familiarize yourself with the principles I'm employing in this latest variation of Holger's device, or the music box as men call it. As you should know, it produces harmonies that render heretical energies or magic inert through counterbalancing mathematical principles. Read the book to make yourself useful by finding us some subjects to test it on. The city is choked with corruption and superstition, so I trust you won't have to look far. Signed, High Artificer Bartholomew. So yeah, this is basically a music box that'll fucking make our powers stop working. So we really don't want to fuck with that. The ancient music. Throughout the natural world, there are ripples that we can barely perceive with our senses. An ancient music permeating everything is a fundamental structural rule. Through it, you can work wonders without violating the natural world or begging favors from unfriendly spirits. Throughout my studies, I have found a 17-note scale derived from this phenomenon, and with the right equipment, those notes allow for astonishing effects. Not the least of these is the ability to calm the turbulence originating in the void, which we attribute to the outsider.
We cannot doubt the effectiveness of Holger's device, or the mathematical beauty of the music itself. We've seen it in action against the forbidden practices too many times to deny it. But the question no one wishes to ask is the incantation itself black magic? The boxes are priceless, but what's inside?
Yeah, what is inside? Do you think maybe it's just like... Thing is, the question is it just more magic that, you know... gets rid of more magic. Concerning the crossbows. Campbell, we initially thought it a great find when we came across some of the crossbows that the assassins have been using to harry our patrols. The models we found, however, have proven lacking. Dowdsmen have greater accuracy and range, and I swear theirs reloads faster. I'm recommending that we stick with pistols and sabers that count this as a lesson in where our strengths lie. Can't pick up any more bolts. But I can shoot some bolts. Also have another book here. The Metaphysica Mysterium. Excerpt from a longer banned work on supernatural ritual. It is said that we should not sully our hands when combating the forces of the void. My studies have been deemed heretical by my brothers, but the rewards have been invaluable. I have harnessed the same energies employed by the outsider and his accursed followers while avoiding their corruption. I will prescribe a twofold method in this text. Indirection. As the whole unwholesome power of the outsider using living flesh as a conduit, we can avoid being tainted by using the flesh of others instead. And containment. By using channels and barriers, we can focus these void energies into a raw state, shielding them from the perverse perspectives of the outsider. Strange door valve. Humphrey. Would you see to it that this valve gets installed in that little supply depot by the loading docks? The men have been grumbling about this thing for what must be months now, as if there were anything of value on the other side of that door it's supposed to open. Keep quelling problems like this for me, and you just might make a apprentice. Need the workshop. I have the workshop key. What? Oh, it's this, isn't it? And it just... Oh, what? It just fucking disappeared? Oh, bullshit. Oh, man. Exploding hounds. Bartholomew. I seen the harness you've been devising in that workshop of yours. If you plan to strap explosives to my precious hounds and make living bombs out of them, you can count me out of your plan. I'm the master of the hounds here, and without my training, they'll never do as you request. Fair enough. I like how that key just disappeared, though. That was fantastic. Oh, there's another key there. Is that maybe actually the key that I need? Just like flew over here on the ground or some shit. Where is it? Where is it, damn it? Oh, it's right here. There we go. Sleep darts. Health elixir, but the bonded Galvani weave, that's what I want, man, right there. Improved armor. Supposed to be using this as well. I still need the key to go over here, but I think I'm just gonna do this.
You appeared as if from nowhere. We would both be dead if not for you.
I'm aware.
We are forever in your debt. I cannot thank you enough.
I must get my sister to safety. But first, I may know of a way to thank you. There's a safe in the bunkhouse. The combination is 203.
I was already... I already knew that, actually, but thank you. Get your sister to safety. We'll go into this little room. Backyard gate key. Tales for children. That I read that one. Abductee manifest. The following children have been brought to Godfrey's farm, awaiting passage to Whitecliff on the 13th day, month of seeds. Jude Thornton, Ada Hargreave, Nicholas Rains, Patrick Fagan, Roland Williams, Zachary Clendon, Thomas Jordan, and Kent Hodgson. Ration atonement: 12 crusts of bread, 1 wheel of blood ox cheese, and 5 tins of brined hagfish. This is where they slept. Well, some of them anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and eat their food. Because I'm just a asshole. I'm gonna go here. Let's go ahead and drop this here. Final warning. Edmund, it has come to my attention that you know where my sanctum is. If I catch you loitering by the statue of Holger again, hoping to run into and perhaps liaise with one of my guests, I'll have you branded a heretic and cast out of the city. Regards, Campbell. Last night. Windham. Last night was wonderful. I am right at this moment imagining your arms around me and your breath on my neck. I feared for our lives when your fellow overseers found us, but you proved resourceful as always, and no, I won't take your slurs and threats personally, for I know you were merely trying to throw off any suspicions they might have of us. I hope to see you again soon, perhaps in 2 nights when you leave once more. Darren. We miss you. Dear Harold, I don't generally do this, but I came across the letter your parents sent when you were first taken to Whitecliff. Remember that we have rules in place to spare you the decision of trying to make contact with them. We can no longer walk among those who seek to protect. If you would at least read this letter to him, though your motives may be just, we know he's probably scared right now and we are unable to be there for him. Son, we miss you. We're so sorry we can't come to you now and take you from wherever they've stolen you away. Be strong, son. We know you will see your way through. Please remember us and try to find us when you're free. We love you, Mama and Papa. Uh-oh, have I been spotted? Be warned. Bertold, I found one of our brothers attempting to put a package in the post boxes for others to find. I believe it to be the evidence of your sister's involvement in witchcraft you spoke to me about. I attempted to stop him, but he insisted that I would burn for her crimes if I was attempting to cover her deeds. You should warn her. See if you two can flee the city before you reach her. Your friend and brother. No, it was just a creepy music cue. Oh. They've killed another guy. Okay. Money in there.
What's guards to me?
Well, good night. Just gonna go ahead and come up in here. Apprenticeship. High Artificier Bartholomew. I would appreciate if you would consider promoting me to your apprentice formally so that I might work with you full time. Thank you, Humphrey. I also wrote some other ones. Bartholomew, I'm sick of mopping your floors and dusting your shelves. All this in hopes of receiving the crumbs of knowledge that you cast my way. If you think I'm going to wait around forever. Draft 2. Dear High Artificier, this is in regards to my being chosen for the position of your apprentice. If you don't mind, I would appreciate if you looked at my record for service over the last several months. You will find that I have been in Draft 3. High Artificier, I was visited by Holger himself in my dreams last night. He told me that I was to do great works for the Abbey, to cast out darkness where I find it, to help arm my brothers with weapons that reach beyond the physical and into the very heart of the outsider. I think I am ready for this task. So, it's 203. Some sleep darts. Also, there's a bone charm. There you go. Shut up. Sit down. Way over there. It's gonna be over in this area here. Ow. Woo! The Bones Charm situation. Excerpt from a report to the officer of the High Overseer by High Overseer Gerald. I was asked, should we not tolerate the possession of simple bone charms among the populace? Surely this is a trivial matter, merely a cultural practice seen across the Isles. Not as terrible as the creation and coveting of more complex occult runes. Such an insidious question. This foolish distinction weakens our mission while the stench of the outsider grows thick around us. Perhaps, or as some claim, our ancestors tolerated these cursed practices during the times before our modern empire rose to ease the lives of the lowliest seraphs as they paved the roads to civilization. But there's no excuse for witchery in this brighter industrial age. Having adjudicated the trials of many heretics myself, I swear that their eyes, as the clarity of pain took their lives, were grateful to be liberated. Kill the rats. Kill them. More tools. Trevor, we're going to need another shipment of tools to destroy these accursed bone charms. Though we managed to break down over a dozen last month, there are more coming in from all over Bristol, and these things are remarkably resilient. Oh shit. There's money! Oh, there's money though! See ya. I'm out of here. Now the other one is down in this like area that I need this for. Those sleep darts there. Ah, there it is. So, get this. I have a replacement valve for this door finished at the workshop. Once we install it, we can finally see what's been festering in the supply depot for the past year. So I have some money, a bone charm, of course, hiding place. Day 15, month of timber. I managed to steal away one of the charms they were smashing in warehouse A. Smashing them. Such beautiful and powerful things, my brothers have no idea. They'll never find me back here though. Nobody ever comes back here. I can break up the door and they'll never find me. It's all mine. Okay, so we have a health elixir. That's really about it here. Of course, we can't get back out this way. So we're gonna have to do this. Go up over the top. And that is really about it in terms of all the stuff. I'm sure I've missed a few things, but some money or something like that, a little few bit of artifacts, but we're actually good. So go ahead and use another one of those. Use another one of those. And we'll climb down this chain here. Grab this little bit of money and such.
It's Samuel. From the way I hear it, Campbell lived a pretty posh life.
He did.
Maybe it's not my place to say, but men of the faith shouldn't live like barons. You ready to go?
Yep. Ready as I'll ever be.
Okay, let's go.
So we got $31.45 $100 out of $37.94. We got the Sokolov painting. We got the Outsider Shrine. We got all 7 runes, all 5 bone charms. Our chaos is still low, which is good. We only killed 6 people. So we're not doing too bad. We're still in the low chaos, which is exactly what we want. We saved Kurnow. We rescued Griff. We helped Granny infect the Ball Street Gang. We saved Elsa from the Overseers. So there we go. We're going to head back to the Hound Pits pub here. We're going to be getting ready to wrap up. Martin is on his way to join the Loyalists, and Campbell's fate has thrown the Overseers into disarray. Decoding the High Overseer's journal may reveal any number of strategic secrets, most notably the location of the rightful heir to the throne, Emily.
Admiral Havelock and Lord Pendleton are in the courtyard. I expect they'll want to congratulate you.
Hello, Callista.
Thank you, Corvo, thank you. My uncle's a good man, and one day he'll prove it. Here.
You better.
I know you did this for the right reasons, but I want you to take this as a reward. It's an old heirloom one of my aunts gave me.
$100. Okay, so we have some bone charms. Very rarely, a potion gives you full mana. Enemy grenades to time more time to explode. Reinforce bolts stuck in enemies break less often. Let's do Twist of Fortune 1. That's a good one. Oops. I want to go over to powers. So we have 4 runes. So we're going to actually do agility. And we're going to save the rest for the second level of agility. Actually, you know what? We're going to end up needing it. So bend time. We're going to do bend time. The second bend time, which stops time completely, is 8 runes. It's actually a lot. But slowing time is actually really nice. It's actually going to be really helpful for us, too. So we're actually going to keep that. Alright.
They're all corrupt. If this is going to work, we have to take down the Lord Regent and all its key allies.
Before we talk to them, I need to talk to Piero. Indeed you can, sir. I have things that I need from you, sir. Improved armor reduces the damage. We need that. Bone charm capacity 2. We need that as well. We're also going to do crossbow reload. And then we're going to buy sleep darts. And you know what? For the hell of it, let's get Mass Optics 1, Mass Optics 2. Bam, there we go. And we'll get these as well. But there's going to be other things that we'll end up getting throughout time. So more blueprints and stuff. All right. So next time on Dishonored, we're going to go talk to our buds over here. We might do a little bit of a search. I'm sure. Well, there's no runes or anything.
Always wanted me to be an overseer.
But we'll search around for treasures and good stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and save the game, and I will see you all on the next one. Thank you all for joining me, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.